with Oscar Oida.
Magandang gabi mga kausap, oras naman para sa Oo Na.
Magandang gabi sa lahat ng mga nanonood ng ONA.
Title pa lang ng show, nakaka-good vibes.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be here.
Isang oras na kwelang kwentuhan at kaalaman.
Finally here.
Huwag niyo na po masyadong intindihin ang mga nawala dahil ang mga
Napaka-oo lang, chumamba lang.
Usapang anything under the mood.
MG Marfori. Pogi.
Wow! Mas gwapo ka, bro.
Konbanwa! Ayos ka ba, Marie? Ayos?
Ayos.
Ay, okay.
Okay pala yung pag-uusap. Or meron ba tayo nun?
Ano ang sagot namin dyan?
Ano?
Di ba mas maganda si MJ?
Siyempre! Ako, batukan ako dito. Pero may baon ka ba sa aming joke or kanta?
Oh, may mga baon ako sa'yo.
Hindi ako nag-prepare.
Surprise!
Say naughty night and kiss me. Kahit anong aking gawin.
No, you look great
Gabi-gabi
until now.
sa kanyang FB page.
Ang pag-ibig ko'y laging sa'yo. I can feel it.
Heto na siya, mga kausap.
Thank you so much for watching on the show. We love you guys. Why don't you tell me why it hurts now, baby?
Oo Na with Oscar Oida.
Okay, magandang gabi mga kausap. Oras naman para sa Oo Na, no? Isang oras na kulitan, kwentuhan, kamustahan, no? Anything under the moon, basta medyo makakalimutan natin yung mga problema, mga stress, anxiety na bumabalot sa atin, lalo pat panahon pa rin ng pandemya, mga kausap, ha? Wala pa rin po tayong gamot dito sa Pilipinas sa sakit na COVID-19. So, ingat pa rin tayo as much as possible. Kung wala naman tayong gagawin importante sa labas, no? Manatili na lamang sa bahay. Stay home, stay safe, at manood na lang mga programang gaya nito, ang Oo Na. Yan. Okay, magandang gabi sa inyo. Espesyal na naman ang gabi natin, syempre, dahil isa na namang mabuting kaibigan at very talented person ang ating magiging guest for the night, no? Okay, so in case, no, may mga hindi na nakakilala sa kanya dahil medyo matagal-tagal na rin nung umalis siya sa bansa, no? Sa pagkakaalala ko noon, bago siya umalis noon, na-feature ko pa siya sa isang magazine na dati kong pinagsusulatan, no? Isa po siyang kilalang broadcaster journalist, no? At siya ang creator, host ng ang isang programa sa Amerika, if I'm not mistaken, is yung first and only program for the Filipinos. Daily, yung Kababayan Today, no? Siya yung creator niyan. At noong 2017, nagtatag siya ng kanyang sariling production, no? Yung Jannelle Productions, no? At ngayon nga meron siyang weekly program, magazine lifestyle na So Jannelle, okay? So alam niyo na siguro kung sino siya, no? Pero bago lahat, para mas magkaroon kayo ng idea, no? So hayaan mo munang ipapanood ko sa inyo itong trailer ng ng kanyang programa. Panoorin po natin ito.
Hello everyone, welcome to So Jannelle. I'm your host, Jannelle So.
Yan, no? Grabe. Wala pa rin pupa si Miss Jannelle. So, atake na natin. Good evening, Jannelle. Yes. Welcome to Oo Na. Yan. Ayan. Wait, sorry.
Ayan.
Sorry, Jannelle. Thank you so much, Jannelle, for gracing this episode, no? Tonight's episode. At it's been a while, a long while, no? Gaya na sabi ko kanina sa introduction, huli tayo nagkita feature pa kita sa isang magazine na pinagsusulatan ko before. Nang tagal-tagal na noon, no? And nagulat na lang ako, bigla na lang, ayan, nag-fly away ka na pala, no? And biglang may programa ka na sarili dyan sa California. Tama, di ba? California?
Yes,
So,
yes.
How are you, Jannelle? Kamusta?
Kamusta sa'yo, Oscar? Thank you so much for having me on Oo Na. Ayan. Exciting naman to.
Oo. Nasinimulan to, Jannelle, no? Parang ano lang, para medyo kahit paano makatulong tayo makalimot ng mga anxiety, stress, no? Kahit isang oras man lang, no? So kaya ginawa natin to, tas hanggang nagtuloy-tuloy na, may mga kaibigan tayo, mga friends, mga talented friends, no? Na willing mag-guest, and yun na, nagtuloy-tuloy na. And andyan ka, kahit na sobrang milya-milya layo, no? Ilang airplanes away, yan. Nandyan ka, napakahirap bumiyahe ngayon, no? Close to impossible, no? At pero kahit paman, andyan ka, no? With us tonight, live from California. Guys, mga kaosap, para lang alam nyo, no? Kung ganong sakripisyo ginawa ni Jannelle for us, 5 p.m. lang naman po dyan ngayon sa California. Okay? So hit that like and heart button, no? Let's show our love to Miss Jannelle. So, yeah. So, Jannelle, update naman. Kamusta dyan? Kamusta dyan sa California? Paano nyo hina-handle ngayon yung pandemya, no? Pareho ba dito sa Pilipinas? I'm sure, kahit pa paano, medyo updated ka pa rin with what's happening dito sa bansa, no? So, paano kayo ngayon dyan sa California?
So, it's pretty much the same. In fact, dito sa California, yung 14-day trend ng California when it comes to COVID positive cases, tumataas pa rin.
Wow.
So, yun, so nakakatakot pa rin. Same, hindi na masyadong mahigpit yung lockdown. We actually tried to open and we got to, I think, phase 2. Pero nag-close ulit a lot of the bars. All of the bars sinarado ni Governor Newsom sa California. And then, so the social distancing measure is still being practiced. Tapos, people are strongly urged to wear masks. So, medyo ganon, nakakatakot pa rin. There are some pockets that, alam mo naman, I don't know yung compliance rate dyan sa Philippines. I know that Filipinos were very subservient, were very compliant. Pero dito, maraming mga pasaway. Mga hindi nagsusuot ng mask, ayaw maniwala. And there are still some people that believe that it's just a hoax. So, that's scary because I think because of this pandemic, it underscores the fact that we are all interconnected. Yung hindi lang tayo namumuhay for ourselves. What we do affects other people. But some people don't understand that.
Totoo yan, Jannelle. Totoo yan, no? Pinaalala mo pa. Yun ang nakakatakot doon. Dahil itong pandemyang to, hindi to solely nakasalalay sa atin, no? Hindi yung mag-ingat ka lang, safe ka na. Hindi ganoon eh.
Yeah.
Kailangan ng pag-iingat ng bawat isa, pati ng iyong mga kapwa. Otherwise, baliwala, no? Madidefeat yung mga pinagagawang pag-iingat ng mga sobrang nag-iingat, no? So yan. So kailangan talaga tudong. And totoo yan, Jannelle, medyo may napapanood nga ako dyan from there, no? Parang hindi sila naniniwala. Parang feeling nila, parang tinatapakan pa yung karapatan nila, no? If I'm not mistaken, parang ganun yung dating. And nakakalungkot talaga. Nakakalungkot. Parang kailan mo ma-realize yan pag nauubos na kayo, no? And ang daming mga sad stories na Jannelle, no? Not only sa news, kundi sad stories of real persons na talagang makakilala, close friends and gano'n are suffering, and every time makakakita ka ng gano'n na talagang nakakadurog ng puso, no? So ikaw, okay, anong ginagawa mong pag-iingat dyan? Paano yan? Tuloy-tuloy ang productions?
Yes, so I'm now, as you said, no, thank you for that wonderful introduction, by the way. So as you said, I started a locally produced daily talk show here some years ago. So 2002 kasi ako umalis ng Philippines.
Yes.
So 2003, I came here. I decided to stay to study. And then 2006, I got hired to host and produce the first and only daily talk show for Filipinos in the US. So I founded that and produced that and hosted that until 2014. Tapos, I got married, so I took a break. And then 2017, I launched my own production nga, and I'm now doing my weekly show. And then to answer your question, yes, tuloy-tuloy lang ang production namin. So what we're doing is, social distancing measures. So what I'm doing, especially ako, I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. So kailangan talaga sobrang ingat. So what I do is I do most of my interviews online. Parang ganito rin.
Ako naman yung nakamute.
Oo, rinig.
Oo, kailangan talaga medyo sumabay tayo sa dinidikta ng sitwasyon at ng panahon, no? Kaya kahit na ako, hindi naman talaga ako mateki. Ayan, nagsisimula ulit ako yung mga gamit ko, yung mga computer kong inaalikabok na. Ayan.
Ang ganda
Pagko.
no?
Ha?
Ang ganda ng setup mo.
Ay, thank you. Hindi,
Oo.
wala.
Parang
Sina-
professional.
Na-inspire ako sa programa mo. Anyways, Jannelle, no, part ng program na to is yung kamustahan syempre sa mga nanonood sa atin, mga regular na viewers. So, if you'll allow it, no, medyo magbabasa-basa lang tayo ng mga greetings, no?
Oh, may ganun. Okay, sige.
Katulad na lamang nito ni George, ni Jorge, Jomar Oblea Fonasher. Sir Oscar, hindi po talaga maiiwasan, madapuan ng sakit kahit sobrang pag-iingat talaga. Mas need talaga ngayon mag-pray. Totoo naman. Oo, hindi talaga mawawala yung pagdadasal. Pero syempre, tandaan nyo binigyan tayo ng nag-preach na no? Kailangan talagang may action pa rin. Talagang kailangan gawin natin lahat ng mga gawa natin sa pag-iingat. Yan. Si Wilfredo Sanjaleco, waiting kapuso. Ayun na aga yan, oh. Ito si Corchus Gonzaga, malapit na. Ito na, umiere na tayo, Corchus. Oh, siya pa rin ang comment. Sana po mabasa comment ko. Ayan. Corchus, dahil sobrang aga mo, imposibleng hindi. O yan, nabasa ko na. Sabi niya, Sir O, ang pogi mo, penging ako daw. Alam mo yan si Corchus, hindi na ubusan ng papuri sa akin yan, Jannelle. Everyday. Pero laging may kapalit. Ayan mo, no? Malay mo, balang araw magpa-raffle ako dito ng afford the box. Yan. Si Bibelin, Ebina Besa, hi Sir O. Sabi ni Sunny Maria Izola Morente, wait kami. Ito kasi kanina pa ito mga nag-aantay pa sa atin, Jannelle. Ayan. Shout out daw kay Babylin, okay? Shout out. Si Alessandra Samaniego, Calma, waiting. Ayan. Ang dami kasi mga messages. So binabasa ko pa rin pala yung from kanina pa. Okay, si Jorge. Nabasa na. Si Hi Kuya Pogi. Wow. Okay. Hello, Kuya.
Nasa mo yan. Ulit. Cortius.
Si Cortius ulit, no? Si Elmer Kasaway. Wow, sabi niya. Ayan, okay. So mamaya basa-basa tayo ulit ng mga greetings, no? Pero tuloy muna natin ang pangangamusta kay Miss Jannelle. So, yes. Ayan, live from California, no? Kita mo naman ng itsura ni Miss Jannelle. Mukha bang bagong gising yan? Fresh na fresh. Grabe. Hindi ka yata natulog eh. Grabe.
2 hours lang.
Oh my grabe. Guys, talagang dapat i-hit natin yung mga like and heart button na yan para kay Miss Jannelle. Okay, Jannelle, paano ka nagsimula? Was it, syempre, hindi ganun, I assume, hindi ka from here, no? Naging talagang Miss Basketball ka nga ng Pilipinas, di ba? From vintage sport, no? Talagang nagilaman ka ng television. Pag may mga basketball, hindi pwedeng hindi makita si Jannelle. Kasi lagi mong inaabangan yung cute pretty girl na mag-i-interview sa mga towering giants ng Philippine Basketball Association then, no? Tapos bigla siyang nawala. Napunta siya sa California, nalaman na lang natin, meron na siyang programa doon. Paano ka nag-start doon, no? Hindi ka lang basta host, you were also the producer. So paano naging simula mo nun?
Alam mo, Oscar, mahirap kasi talagang when I went there, my plan was really just to study. So 9 months yon. In fact, I remember after the first 6 months, iyak pa rin ako ng iyak. Hindi pa rin ako talaga masanay dito. Parang gabi-gabi, ganyan. Namimiss ko yung Philippines, my friends, my career. Tapos, I remember spring break, umuwi pa ako ng Philippines. Tapos dapat 2 weeks lang ako. Nag-extend ako ng 3rd week. I think my parents were here. They thought that I was gonna stay there for good. But anyway, so I pushed on. here after my course, I got a year of practical training. Alam mo naman dito mahigpit ang visa, right? So so when I got that practical training, meaning authorization to work, I took that chance. So nag-apply ako sa kalaban na station eh. as a,
Sa isang stasyon.
isang stasyon, oo.
Okay.
Na, hindi pala na as a correspondent. So they took me in as a reporter. And dito kasi, alam mo na, Oscar, pag sa Philippines ka, meron kang producer, may writer, may assistant. Dito wala, puro sariling sikap lahat. So doon ako nahasa to look for stories, to pitch my stories to the editors, and then to draft my own script, to voice it, to do my interview. So ikaw lahat, except for camera. I couldn't do camera, but some people can also do their own camera. So, and that's also,
Nung nauso yung mga tripod na pwede
Oo. And then, so I did that. After that expired, yung 1-year practical training, I had the option to go back to the Philippines or stay here and look for an employer. At that point, I thought I had already turned my back on broadcasting because it's very, very competitive here, especially for mainstream stations, especially for people like us. Yung unang problema nila is my accent. I had to kind of people were suggesting that I relearn my accent. So that's one. And then another thing, syempre, yung mga nuances, syempre, society here. I didn't grow up here. I moved. There's some people who at least, got schooled here. I mean, went for their education here. So meron silang nuances, understanding of the nuances of history, society, and all that, right? So I didn't have that. So I worked for a newspaper. I wanted to write for that newspaper, but they said that they can only sponsor my visa if I work as a salesperson, meaning advertising sales.
Okay.
So I was like, I didn't have any experience. But at that point, I had made up my mind that I was really going to give it a try to live here in the States. So I said, okay, I'll do that. And then I liked it. I did that for about a year. And then I got a call from a station. It's a mainstream Asian network station here in Southern California to audition. They wanted to start a Filipino show. It's a daily talk show, but they were looking for a producer and host. And you know what, Oscar? That's when I was producing my own reports for that other station. It was so difficult. Right? And I was questioning why I was doing it. I said I was just going to go back to the Philippines. I still had a career there. At that point, I had only been gone 2 years. 3 years.
Bumalik, no?
Oo, pwede pa, diba? But, this was God's purpose pala talaga. Because when the station called and they wanted the producer, at that point, I already had producing experience. If I had just been a host, if I had just been a host, hindi siguro ako makukuha. Because they wanted a producer/host.
Yes, oo. So blessing talaga, no? Blessing na nagkaroon ka muna ng experience in producing, no?
Right. And then, so I started doing that. I hosted and produced my own show. Tapos, parang, after a while, the executives were talking to me, parang they were complaining about advertising. Parang mahina yung advertising because it's a new show. It's the first and only locally produced daily show for Filipinos. And I said, wait a minute, I sell advertising for this newspaper. I can just maybe offer TV as well to them, right?
Yeah.
That's when I started. So then I also became the sales, one of the sales, part of the sales team, selling my show to advertisers, because who better to sell your program than yourself, right? Because you understand it better, you can explain it better and sell it better. So then that became I guess a strength, right? And that's what I leaned on when I started my own production. So now I'm one of the few who know the production side as well as the business and sales side of production.
Grabe training mo, ha. Parang impromptu, no? Parang bigla-bigla na lang natutunan mo lahat to, no? Just because parang wala, kailangan, no? Talagang talang kinailangan and natutunan mo lahat and now lahat kinakaya-kaya mo na lang lahat yan all in one na Miss Jannelle. So ang galing, no? Ang galing. And after niyan, I'm sure marami kang na-inspire, no, ng mga kababayan natin. After you ba may mga nag-usbungan na rin ba mga Filipino producer diyan, Filipino shows?
No, kasi syempre mahirap, airtime is expensive, right? Although like Paco Ares Pacochaga, right?
Yes, oo.
Formerly of Intervoice, he always tells me that he has his own podcast now, and he always tells me that I was one of his inspirations. Na parang he was telling himself, if Jannelle could do it, I can also do it. And that's what pushed him to start his own podcast. So marami ngayon mga nagpa-podcast about Filipino life, especially when I left the show. The show ran for I think 2 more years after I left. Pero in the end hindi na rin siya viable. So the station decided to cancel the show. Kawawa.
Nawala yung show. No? Hanggang 2017 siya, tama ba?
Hanggang 2017 siya, but ako was hanggang 2014. And then I think kasi when I started it, 15 minutes lang yung binigay. But 2 weeks after, they extended it to 30 minutes daily program. And then I think about 3 to 5 months later, na-syndicate siya sa Hawaii. And then it became the longest running daily Filipino talk show outside of the Philippines.
Ang galing. Yan, no? Talaga Miss Jannelle, no? So, yan, di syempre ang naging laman yan, mga Pilipinos, no? Mga Filipinos outside the country, mga basically nandiyan sa Amerika, no? So, sino-sino na ba yung mga prominenteng mga Pilipino na interview mo through these years, no? Through the years.
Oh my gosh, ang dami na from politics, not just Filipinos. So from politics, I've interviewed California Governor Gavin Newsom when he was just lieutenant governor. Yung lieutenant governor sa kanila, ang equivalent nun sa Philippines is vice governor. Tapos I've interviewed, actually, marami na talaga. Meron din mga politicians, members of Congress, assembly members in Washington, D.C. And then in terms of celebrity, syempre, we would always interview Manny Pacquiao, yung mga Filipinos from there coming here. And there are some that have moved here for good. We have a segment on the show, on my new show now called So True, where we talk about the immigrant experience. Alam mo, Oscar, America is not for everyone.
Yes.
Right? I saw that you interviewed Geneva. I interviewed her when she was here. She lived here for 6 years.
Yeah. And then, bumalik na siya.
Yes, and she's doing so well. I'm so happy. She's such she's an amazing person. Very humble. So, but anyway, yun nga, may mga nagpupunta dito and they realize it's not for them because your life really changes. And it's not easy. You have to go through, kumbaga, sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Like with me, yung mga kagabi-gabing pag-iyak ko, I was homesick ako, I was missing my friends, my lifestyle. You have to leave that so that you can forge on here in the States. So yun, so anyway, ang dami ko nang nasabi na wala na ako. Hindi. So going back to your question, so I've interviewed I don't know, Miguel Vera. Do you remember Miguel Vera?
Yes.
He was a prominent performer there, di ba, sa Philippines. You know, when I caught up with him, you know what he does now? Truck driver.
Oh yeah, nakita ko nga sa trailer, no? Yung sa trailer. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Princess Punsalan is an actress, right? And she's a hospice nurse.
Ang galing, no? Talagang hindi pwedeng hihina-hina ka, no? Parang kailangan medyo kalimutan mo kung sino ka, no? Dati, no? Lalo pa kung medyo, katulad niyo, celebrities kayo, pupunta kayo dyan, hindi pwede, ibang mundo, kailangan matatag ka, kailangan strong, no? And masingit ko lang, no? Recently, no? Si Miss Ginger Conejero,
yes.
There na rin, no? And recently nakita ko yung mga posts niya, no? Of discrimination, nakakalungkot, no? Parang andyan pa rin pala yan after all these years, akala ko parang wala na kasi nakikita kita, you're very successful, ganyan. Yung mga cousins ko sa States, okay naman mga buhay nila. Parang akala ko wala na yung mga ganyan, pero andun pa rin pala, no? Naka-experience ka ba nito, Jannelle?
Yes, yes. So I don't really like covering Hollywood red carpet so much kasi you see that you see the glitz and glamour, but really behind that is a lot of work, and that's when I first experienced discrimination. I was at a red carpet event. It was a night event. I remember for Apple, the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, so
Usually,
Pinoy.
red carpet, meron yun, merong mga spots, right, for
Yeah.
different media outlets. And I was there, and because medyo maliit ako kasi, right?
Yes.
So, meron isang malaking mama, puti
Oo.
siya, na cameraman. Tapos may
Okay.
backpack pa siya. So, imagine yung cameraman pa na malaki kasi ano pa yun eh. Siguro many years ago, when I was
Betacam pa, Betacam.
7,
Mga Betacam cameras.
oo,
mga
Betacam.
laki.
Tapos may
Hindi.
backpack pa siya. Tapos
Oo.
nandun ako, but he was encroaching on my space. So, ako naman, syempre, matapang din.
Hindi pwede yan.
Hindi pwede.
Hindi pwede yan. Space ko to.
Oh, true. Because I was in my space. And then he started saying something, puti na cameraman. Said something na parang, oh, this chink, or something like that. Parang this Asian lady. And chink here, alam mo, I didn't realize I also got called out for this in my old program. Alam mo, di ba sa Philippines, pag singkit,
Chinita.
or we call them something chinky, di ba? So I was doing a makeup program, a makeup show, and I said, oh, so what about if your eyes are chinky? For chinky eyes, how do you make it pop, right? Mali pala. I got a letter from the Asian something network saying that chink is a slur. It's considered a racial slur here in the States.
Oh, okay. So, no din siya. No.
No. Actually, very PC mga tao dito. So you also have to be careful with how you say things or what you say. So anyway, and so when that guy said, oh, this chink, parang I took it as a slur because I had already been informed, right?
So,
And that was really, I didn't like that experience. It was traumatizing to me. Thankfully, we waited for a long time for the Black Eyed Peas to arrive. And when they arrived, Apple was there, and I was one of the only press people that he talked to because he knew me.
wow.
And then this guy nakatabi ko, yung cameraman, wala akong nakuha.
Ingit siya, no?
But after that, I didn't even go inside anymore. Umuwi na lang ako because I was just like, the same. I was disappointed that, America is supposed to be the land of the free, but people of color, that's what they call us, people of color or the Black community, especially now with all the social unrest that's going on, we do still experience, whether it's a thought, it's a sentence, it's a word, you get it, or yung pagtingin sa'yo, iba rin talaga. Yun lang ang problema as Filipinos. Like I said earlier, we were trained to be subservient, diba? Na to look down, look away, walk away.
Saan mo na? Hindi pwede yan. Ay, nako. Pero surprising, I mean, tinan mo nga, ang sensitive nila with mga terms, no? Yung mga, yan, ang sensitive. You've been called out nga for just using that word, no? Pero yung discrimination naman, damang-dama mo pa rin, di ba? Parang dapat at this time, yan, sensitive ka nga, mga terms pa lang, pero pagtrato mo sa kapwa mo, dapat mas nananaig yun, di ba? Yung respeto sa kapwa. Tsaka, anyways, talaga yun yung sad fact, no? Pero I'm happy you're surviving, and I can see you're doing really well there. And that's a really good news for all of us, no? Especially mga fans mo dito, Jannelle. Yeah. Speaking of fans, no? Ito sabi ni mga gusto lang bumati sa iyo si Corchus kanina. Hello po, Sir O and Miss Jannelle. Si Elmer Kasaway, sabi niya, ang crush ko noon si Jannelle. So, yeah, crush talaga. Makakatulog
Noon,
naman.
mga ano yan,
Oo nga, bakit mo
10
eh?
years
Ha?
ago.
Eh, hindi
20
na.
years.
Eh, lalo gumanda si Jannelle.
Yeah.
Ayan. O, sabi naman ni Alberto Fernandez, hi, hello Sir Oscar. Paki-shoutout naman sa mga kapatid ko sa Cavite, mga Fernandez family. Yan. Kamusta mga Fernandez family of Cavite? Si Ella Jean Sumiton Egonia, hi po. Yan. Oy, eto, cousin ko from Chicago, Ferdy Diego. Hi, cuz. Great job with your show. So much talent in the Philippines. So, sinabi mo pa, cousin Ferdy. Yan, si cousin Ferdy from Chicago. Yan, si cousin Ferdy, doon na pinanganak at lumaki. Yan, sa Chicago.
Got it. Oh.
Ayan, tama ka dyan, Ferdy, no? Ang dami talagang talent from the Philippines. And nandyan na sa Amerika, yung isa, si Jannelle. My wife, MJ Marfori, excited to see our clients shine in the States. Yan. Ayan, speaking of yung mga red carpet, ayan si MJ nag-cover yan sa Hollywood. Kasi showbiz.
Yes, I think I've seen some of her posts.
Yes.
We have common friends also.
Oo. Ayan, nag-cover siya. So, alam niya yan, yung mga balyahan, di rin nagpapatalo yan si MJ.
Ang hirap kasi lalo na pag
Oo, tumulong
ka pa.
Ay,
Right?
nako. Alam mo, one time, bakasyon ako, may coverage MJ sa Hong Kong. Pero syempre, good husband eh. So, sige, kunan kita from afar.
Right.
Hugh Jackman yata yun eh, sa Hong Kong. So ayan na, magano na sila, interview na. Ako naman, pakuha-kuha pa ng sitters kay MJ, mamaya-maya talagang nawala na ako, natabunan na ako, pero si MJ nandun na sa taas. Iba talaga. Iba rin ang powers niyo talaga sa pag-cover niya Hollywood, yung mga celebrities na ganyan. Ang hirap din yan. Ibang klase din ano yan.
Iba talaga, iba. Plus, you have to prepare for everyone, and then you don't even know who's gonna stop to talk to you, right? Because I have had the privilege of going to the Golden Globes twice. First as a guest lang, so I wasn't working. That was so much fun. And then the second time was as a reporter. Yun na nga, ang hirap kasi you don't know kung sinong hihinto sa'yo. So you have to prepare for everyone.
Parang pansinin ka, no? Oo nga.
Yes. May iba, may mga antics like they sing or they scream at the person. Right. So different things talagang para they will notice you.
Ayun, makwento ko sa'yo. Naalala ko tuloy si MJ, kay Will Smith, talaga naman napalingon si Will Smith. Ang tinawag ba naman niyang, Papa Will? As in, Papa. So talaga napalingon naman, lumabi sa kanya. At least successful. Tama yan, no? Kanya-kanya yung mga style niyo, no?
Right.
Ito si Corchus Gonzaga. Hello po mga Lords. Part po ako ng campus journalism at isa po akong sports writer. Ayan. So, dapat, Corchus, i-research mo yung mga works ni Miss Jannelle. So, you'll be inspired, no? Makita mo yung mga secrets niya, yung mga sports jargon ng mga pinagagamit niya noong mga panahon yun. You should learn from her. Ayan, okay. Sabi ni MJ Marfori, also excited to learn more about how everyone is in the news industry in the US. Yun. Ayan. Yan na, MJ, kinikwento na nga tayo. Sabi ni George Jomar Oblea Fonasher, ang ganda naman ni Jannelle. Sabi ni Corchus Gonzaga, good evening. Nabasa ko na to. Good evening po, Sir O and Miss Jannelle. Sabi ni yan, ito yung may crush sa'yo. Sabi ni Elmer Kasaway, yun! Ayun, nabasa na. Okay. Si Sunny Maria Hizola Morente, Ma'am Jannelle, ikaw ang dating court reporter.
Yes.
You remember that, right? No? And ito, mapag-usapan natin yan kasi I'm sure interested pa rin sila kahit so many years ago na ito, no? May mga nanligaw ba sa yung mga basketball players, no? Kasi naman, the darling of the court, di ba? Siguro, ako dati, no, kahit di ako magaling na basketball player, baka magiging best player of the game ako, ma-interview mo lang. So yun, kwento-kwento naman, Jannelle. I mean, for fun lang, kwento-kwento.
Wala naman.
Talaga? Talaga? Walang na-link sa'yo sa mga basketball cagers of that time?
Wala.
Talaga? Pero may mga nagpa-cute.
Hindi kasi 'di ba when I started, meron akong boyfriend.
Ay,
Oo, when I was doing PBA.
may bantay. May bantay pala. Ay, ala, yung baby ko.
Yeah, baby. Tulog na ka?
Ay, nako, ano yan? Talagang natural sound effects ko dito yan. Ano siya,
Oo.
anong ginawa ni baby? Oh, naglungad. Are you still familiar with that? Pag
Yes. Oo, ganyan talaga pag may, oo, lalo na pag mga ganyang edad, oo. Pero malapit ka na. 8 months na. Dadalhin ba sa'yo?
Ha?
Dadalhin ba sa'yo?
Ayan, hindi. Andyan. Medyo kumalma na. Naglungad si baby. Ayan.
Oo, yan. Hindi raw siya kalmado.
Hindi, mamaya, baby, mag-ayos ka para mamit mo mamaya si Miss Jannelle. Yan. If you behave, I will let you face the camera. Ay, hindi, meron yan.
Si Daddy, compose na compose.
Camera din yung si baby. Pag hinaharap ko yan, mumingiti na, mawala bigla ang ingay niyan. Anyways, hindi ka makakaligtas, no? Balikan natin yung mga manliligaw.
Hindi hinahanap eh. Puntahan mo muna si baby mo.
Hindi, mamaya na yun. Yun muna mga hindi pala, no? Dahil may bantay.
Meron na, oo.
Hindi, walang nangulit, walang nagpumilit.
Ikaw lang nangungulit ngayon.
Ay, nako. Isa sa mga katangian ko yan, makulit talaga ako. Especially when asking questions. Ayun. So, hindi, pero lahat naman tayo, di ba? Kailangan talaga medyo makulit tayo. So, yan.
Totoo. Oo, as a reporter, di ba? Siyempre, iba-ibang, like, you ask a question one way, pag hindi pa rin nakuha mo yung sagot na gusto mo, ask another way. Paikot-ikot lang yan. Pero wala talaga.
Ayan, Courtius ha. Makinig ka, Courtius. May mga matututunan ka dito habang nagkakantuhan kami ni Miss Jannelle. Yan. So, pero, ikaw ba, during that time, na-attract, I know, meron kang boyfriend, no? Pero kayo ba, nung mga attracted kayo sa mga basketball players back then? Hindi man, wala namang masama sa admiration, no? Crush or talagang...
Ay, oo, meron naman akong mga crush.
Ayan. Sino ang crush mo na? Dati pa naman yun.
Sino bang mga crush ko noon?
Grabe ko.
Sino ba? Sino ba mga players? Nakalimutan ko na.
2002? Sino ba mga players ng 2000?
Si Alvin Patrimonio, siya.
Oo.
Diba? Crush ng bayan naman yan talaga, diba?
Yeah.
Oo. Sino pa ba? Yun. I like Danny Seagal. Si Danny Seagal. Oo.
Yeah. Gentle Giant, no? Gentle ba? Giant, alam ko. Gentle ba? Ayan, Ako yan.
Oo.
2000, nandiyan na ba si Ali Pic noon?
Yes! Oo. Si Ali Pic. Oo.
Isa pang gentleman giant yon si
Man Mountain, right?
Man Mountain, yes.
Yeah, Man Mountain.
Mountain, yes. Yeah.
Ali is actually also a friend. Like, we keep in touch. I know he has a baby na.
Yes.
Diba? Oo.
Yes.
Tapos I think the second one was on the way as well. So, congrats, Ali.
Congratulations, Ali. In case nanonood siya.
Na-interview mo na ba si Ali?
He's a good friend of mine also, Ali. So yun, ang galing, no? Ang sarap balikan yung yung basketball of the past. I'm sure.
How has it changed? Bago na ba? Or ganun pa rin?
Well, ganun pa rin. I mean, it's still exciting, no? Talaga namang pagaling ang mga players. Pero talagang iba rin kasi siguro because mas basketball fan ako way back then, no? Kesa ngayon. Dahil that time, nakakapaglaro pa ako. So, kaya para ang sarap lang balikan yung mga players back then, no? Especially mga sports anchor din. Yeah, like Jannelle. Kaya, di ba, fan ako noon. Ikaw yung first article ko sa magazine na yun.
Okay.
Talagang mega suggest. Ako meron akong gustong interviewin si Miss Jannelle. So, yes. Di ba?
Thank you, thank you.
Talaga naman ka. Naalala ko pa yun, di ba? Yung cute-cute mo na tinamaan ka pa ng basketball na bola, di ba?
Naalala mo din yun? Oh my God. Oo. Tapos, na rin, si Sean Chambers.
Oh,
Umano
yeah.
sa akin. He fell on me sa court sa...
Pakiramdam. Ang bigat nun. Ang bigat nun, Sean
Tapos,
Chambers.
pawis. Alam mo yun?
Baka utang pa ni Sean Chambers yung karir niya sa'yo. Kung hindi mo siya nasalo, baka napilayan siya. No?
Alam mo, tama.
Di ba, sinalo mo siya? Absorb mo yung yung bigat niya. Ayan. O anyways, Jannelle, okay lang ba? Basa-basa pa rin tayo ng
Sure. Sige. Sige lang.
Sabi ni Babylin Ebina, Besa, why so pretty, Jannelle? So, ano mo secret, Jannelle?
Secret?
Yes.
Natuto lang akong gumamit ng makeup.
Ay, parang kahit wala.
Ay, thank you.
Kahit wala, yan. O si Chefu Jobert Caniedo, good evening, Sir Oida. O,
Chef.
ito si Elmar Pasaway. Yun, Jannelle, so, crush ko nung high school. Guys, siguro, hindi ko naman naaalalang naging ganyan na spelling ng crush nung mga panahon na yun, pero okay, nakakatuwa. Crush, high school.
Yes.
Basketball fan din yan, si Elmer Pasaway. O sana sa totoong buhay, Elmer, hindi ka pasaway, ha? You wear your mask correctly always, no? Ayan.
Ayan na. Oh.
Sabi ni Romel Morilla, iba talaga pag oo na. Best. Clap. Ang dami clap yan, ha? Pang international. Jannelle, so keep safe and God bless you and your family. Ha?
Thank you.
Hey, you were saying, Jannelle?
Nakalimutan ko. Sabihin mo naman sa kanila, i-follow nila ako sa Instagram.
Oo nga pala ito. Guys, yung mga hindi pa nag-follow kay Miss Jannelle, so Jannelle, ayan, i-follow siya sa Instagram, no? At marami kang matututunan sa kanya, especially yung mga program niya. Mamaya meron kaming i-share sa inyo na about yung mga exciting project ni Miss Jannelle, no? In a short while, i-explain niya yan. Pwede ba makasali yung mga Pilipino doon? I mean, from Manila?
Oh, you know, in fact, we're giving away $300.
Wow! Ayan, kinig kayo, ha? Pwede kayo makasali
merong 300, so tatlong $100 na money remittance. So we can send to you kung sino yung manalo. And then we're giving away $1,000 worth of bill pay transactions. Alam mo kasi, meron ditong something, it's called bill pay. It's an app. Na halimbawa ako, gusto ko bayaran yung mga transactions and bills ng mga friends and loved ones ko sa Philippines. I can do that directly. Kasi di ba normally pinapadala sa'yo yung pera and then you pay. Hindi na, lalo na ngayon, COVID, para hindi ka na lumabas ng bahay, I'll pay directly. Halimbawa, electricity, water, phone.
Parang e-wallet, no? Mga ganun, e-wallet. Yan, oo, tama. Maganda yan. Ayan, no? So, tutok tayo, no? Alamin natin kung ano yung project niya ni Ms. Jannelle. So, in a short while, i-discuss natin yan. Ito sabi ni Gab Ferreras. Hi, Ate Jannelle. Pinag-iisipan mo pa bang magkaroon ng sports podcast soon? Na-miss niya siguro ang Philippine sports. Yan. O, naisipan mo ba yan, Ms. Jannelle?
Ang picture ni Gab. Oo naman, naisip kong gumawa ng podcast. Pero siguro, pwede rin sports, but now, parang mas gusto ko kasi yung motherhood.
Ay, oo. Ay, makikinig ako niyan. Hindi, sabi ko, tututok na rin ako dyan. Parang mother na rin ako ngayon. Hindi, di ba? Kailangan yung mga alam ng mother. Dapat inaalam na rin ng mga father.
Parenthood na lang.
Parenthood. Ito. Sabi ni Wilfredo Sanjaleco, Oscar Oida, number 1. Wow.
Number 1.
Sabi niya MJ Marfori, number 1. Sino pa talaga?
Number 1.
Ayan, tapos
nakakatawa. Sige.
Sabi ni George Jomar Oblefo na share, Sir Oscar, hindi po talaga maiiwasan. Nabasa ko to kanina. na
Yeah.
hindi maiwasan na madapuan ng sakit. Sabi ni Elmar Pasaway, naalala ko dati, nagpa-pick ako kay Jannelle sa PBA noon at pagiging number 2 niya sa FHM Philippines Sexiest. Oo nga, naalala ko yan, Jannelle. Tapos, pero ikaw yung noon, ikaw yung FHM Sexiest noon na ayaw magsuot ng sexy. Naalala ko yan. Naalala ko yan. Kasi di ba, pinag-uusapan natin yan. Kasi nga dahil nasa FHM Sexiest ka noon, so yung mga magazine, di ba, kinukuha ka for interview, tapos ina-expect nila alam mo yun, mas sexy na post, na mga Pero di ba, no, hindi pwede si Jannelle. Naks. Naalala mo ba yun, Jannelle?
Oo, siguro na-stress sa akin yung yung reporter tsaka yung photographer. I can't remember who. But but they were nice to me naman, but I know that they kept pushing. Tapos may suot akong shirt. Pinapataas nila.
Kailangan talaga, no?
Ha?
Kasi naman, sexiest, no?
Hindi nga eh. Hindi ko alam kung paano rin
Oo.
nangyari yun. Oo.
Grabe, pero naalala ko yan.
Mm-mm.
Correct nga. Pero ang nice mo sa pictorial natin, no? 'Di ba? Nag Chicago Bulls jersey ka pa noon. Naalala mo ba
Yes,
yun?
I remember that with the ball, right? Oo, I remember. I still have a copy of that. Oo.
Wow, that's nice.
Mm-mm.
Yan, nasa Quezon City House, meron pa ako. Hanapin ko nga yun. Yan.
Ano no? Alam mo, garbled. Hindi kita masyado marinig.
Sabi ko, hello, yes. Hello? Okay na ba?
In and out ka eh. Pero sige, go ahead.
Static. Ay, naku, sorry. Okay, eto sabi ni Juan Lunaria, watching from Antipolo City, the new capital of Rizal Province. Yan. Si Jovino Galang, wala pang FB followers na ako sa FHMC. Followers ko na sa FHMC Miss So. Pina-follow ka na. So, I guess, wala pang FB noon, pina-follow mo na si Miss Jannelle So. Yeah.
Okay.
Sabi naman ni Alessandra Samaniego, kalma, sana all fresh. Yes. Sana daw all kasing fresh mo.
Ano yun?
Sana all fresh.
Sana all fresh.
Hindi, pag nandyan ka, kunwari may kino-cover ka na sobrang ganda or sobrang yaman o sobrang bongga, bigla mo sabihan, wow, sana all. Hindi, mag-fresh looking. So, basta sabi mo lang, wow, sana all. Parang sana lahat tayo, parang ganon.
Ganon. Yun pala ibig sabihin nun. Okay, got it. Okay. Ay, natutunan ako. Okay.
Sabi ni George Jomar Oblea, full support ako sa programa mo. Yan asahan ni Miss Jannelle yan
Hindi, ikaw daw.
Thank you. Pareho kami. No?
Okay, yes, please.
Miss Jannelle, yan. Si Alessandra Samaniego ulit. Pag ako napansin nito, idodrawing ko mukha nitong dalawa. Wow! O sige, galing. Alessandra, simulan mo na. Mag-drawing ka na. No? Hopefully, bago matapos yung show, i-flash natin.
Yan. Pero maganda si Alessandra ha. Tignan mo. Sana all.
Sana all. Yes. Sana all. Yan, si Coach Gonzaga. Andiyan pa si Coach. Shoutout po mga Lods. Okay, ayan. O sige, now, ito na. Ito yung pinakaantay nyo. Makinig kayo. Pag-usapan natin ngayon ito, Jannelle. Itong project mo, upcoming project, no? Yung Sojourn virtual, tama ba?
Virtual event.
Yes, okay. Ano ba ito, Jannelle? If you can share with us, no?
Okay, thank you so much for giving me a chance, but I'd like to invite everyone. So yun nga, yung So Jannelle is my weekly show here in the US. So I'm now
natin kanina, no? Yung nakita natin trailer.
Yes, so I'm now self-producing and self-financing this show. And with God's grace, we are celebrating our 3rd anniversary.
Oh, congratulations! Wow! Galing. Oh.
So, yung first anniversary hindi ko celebrate, second anniversary hindi ko rin celebrate. But this third time, in this time of a pandemic, I thought maybe we give people reasons to celebrate, right? So, we gathered some of my friends to come together to give insights. So it's divided into 3 parts. So awoke, kasi 'di ba Oscar, we can't travel these days, but we can go on a journey, right?
Oo.
So we go on 3 legs. The first one is so awoke. Awoke is a buzzword here in the States right now because of so many issues. So we're gonna talk about Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+, and then yung mental health. Importante yan, lalo na ngayon. We're on lockdown, ang daming losses, ang daming depression.
Correct.
The second part is So Aware, where we feature Briones' family. John Briones was an acclaimed Broadway actor sa Miss and then he played the role of Darren Chris's dad sa the assassination of Johnny Versace. So he's joining us along with his family, his wife Megan. His daughter Isa is part of the Star Trek Picard series. And his son, Theo, is also an actor who starred alongside Jeremy Renner in Hollywood with Elizabeth Olsen.
Grabe, ang saya naman. I mean, ang saya na to know, no, na these Filipinos, right, are doing really good
Yes.
sa Amerika. Ang galing.
Si Janice Ilaw is a STEM advocate, and she's currently living in Hong Kong. Mama Bears, also very popular yan. So that topic talks about how to value family during this time. Diba, Oscar? That's what matters most, especially now you have your baby, right?
Correct.
And yung So Alive, Mali Roncal was born and raised in Chicago. She's Filipina though. She was born to Filipino parents. She was the makeup artist of Beyonce.
Wow! Yan, ang sarap makakwento.
Diba?
Gusto makakwentuhan yan, no?
Oo. Sige, papakilala kita. Ha?
Oo, sige.
And he speaks Tagalog, ha?
Talaga? Wow!
Oo. And then Arnel Calvario is a choreographer. He founded Kinjas, Kaba Modern, a lot of the more popular dance groups here that went on to win competitions sa mga mainstream stations. So that's Arnel. Will Stein is the founder of Philip Stein, yung luxury brand. Yes.
Wow! Grabe, bongga talaga yan, ha?
So we're giving away Philip Stein sleep bracelets.
O, kita nyo na. O, kita nyo na.
That's just 2 of them.
Motive pa rin dyan.
Sali ka, Oscar. Register.
Lahat na yan. Yan nga, no? So Dream Team to, it's going to happen on July 25, no? Sa California.
Well, virtual siya, so you can join us anywhere. And that's why we picked this time slot, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 10 a.m. Sunday morning in Manila. So please join us July 26 na yan sa Manila. There's more details and you can also register at sojannelle.com. Like I said, aside from yung Philip Stein bracelets, merong $300 na money remittance, $1,000 bill pay transaction, maraming prizes, and I'm very proud that we were able to put this together, especially during this time, Oscar, di ba, ang daming losses, loss of income, loss of job, loss of lives. But if we look deeper, we will realize that we still have so much to give to the world. Positivity, insights, learnings, and yun na nga, surprises.
Galing. Good job, Miss Jannelle. So yan, supportan natin yan. Virtual Sojourn this coming July 25th, no? At ang dami, hitik na hitik. Dream team na. Makikita nyo pa yung mga Pilipino na talagang hahangaan natin dyan sa Amerika. At may mga chances pa kayong makapag-uwi ng mga special prizes, no? So yan, abangan natin yan. Thank you, Ms. Jannelle, for sharing that to us, no? Ang laking bagay, no? And we're so happy na malaman na you're doing fine dyan sa Amerika, dyan sa California, and patuloy ang iyong career. We're so proud of you, Jannelle. And I'm so proud to have you on this simple show, no? Kahit na madaling araw dyan, at ano naman ba itong programang to, pinaunlakan mo kami, no? Para makasama kami namin for 1 hour. Yan. Thank you so much, Jannelle. Ayan. So, yes.
I know I should be the one to thank you. That I'm so happy that you reached out. I have been seeing your development and growth as well. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It's a major network now in the Philippines, and congratulations on your marriage to the gorgeous si MJ, and then congratulations on your baby. So enjoy parenthood, because I'm really enjoying it. It's such a blessing.
Yes. Okay, Jannelle, if you may, no, can you share some more few words sa ating mga viewers, no? Baka pwedeng, lalo yung mga nagsasabi na mga future journalists, no? Please inspire them.
Okay. Ano bang sasabihin ko? Hindi, no. Seriously, guys, I think this pandemic, like I've been saying, has really underscored the fact that we're responsible for each other. So during this time, most especially, please be safe and please be mindful of others, because we really have to do this together. Hindi pwedeng kanya-kanya. This is the time to bond together. Now, for the aspiring journalists out there, if you have a dream, I think you should just always pursue it. But then at the same time, pray for guidance, because each one of us were created with a purpose. So we need to find that passion, that alignment between passion and purpose. And that's when, work doesn't become work, because we're enjoying it and we're doing something good. And then for parents, I like saying this. For parents, Oscar, ikaw, yung mga parents out there, if given the choice between work and your children, always try to keep your children, because work will always replace you. Even CEOs can be replaced. But your children will always only have one mom and one dad.
Galing. Galing talaga. Grabe, sulit na sulit ang isang oras natin, no? Thank you so much, Jannelle, sa mga patuloy na nanonood po ng OO na. Thank you so much sa inyo, no? Sana wag po kayo magsasawa. Suportahan niyo rin po ang mga programa ni Miss Jannelle, no? Madali niyo mahanap 'yan sa Instagram. Meron din siya Instagram account. Mag-follow kayo sa kanya para updated kayo sa mga future events pa niya, no? So supportahan po natin si Miss Jannelle. We're so proud of you, Jannelle. Thank you so much again, mga kaosap.
Hindi ba kakanta? Hindi mo ba ako kakantahin?
Pwede ba? Pwede ba?
Magpapatulog ka pa ng baby, ano ka ba? Ayan.
Ano kinakanta mo sa kanya pag pinapatulog mo?
Yung ugoy ng duyan, okay yun. Okay.
Sige nga, chorus lang.
Next time na yun para ma-invite mo ako ulit.
Talaga, promise yan, ha? Sige.
Parang yung last mommy ko, narinig ko, na tinuturuan niya yung anak kong kumanta.
Wow!
The Itchy Bitchy Spider.
Kawawa naman yung spider na yun.
Ikaw leron senta na lang ang ituro mo.
Oy, teka lang, may time pa naman tayo, Jannelle, no? Ito, basahin ko lang to. Elmer Pasaway, naway lahat. Ano yung naway lahat?
Sana all.
Sana all kasing pogi ni Sir Oscar. Wow.
No.
Talaga.
Kaya pala siningit ni Sir Oscar.
Ito, sabi ni George, Sir Oscar, kakanta ba si Jannelle?
Diba? Sabi sa'yo, next time yan, George. Pakiabangan. Papractice muna ako.
Jannelle, super suki natin to. Sorry, June, Beritero de Catoria. You did not read my comment, Oscar, pero okay lang. Tampo agad si June. Pasensya na, June, ha. Ang daming mga messages. No? Pero alam ko nandiyan ka lagi, no? So thank you so much, June, for watching. Ito pa. Uy, friend ko from Sydney, Australia. Si Ryan Balot Villamayor. Hi, Jannelle. Remember the day we listened to Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello's album on the way to a shoot. Ay, nakasama mo sa shoot. Si Ryan Balot Villamayor.
Yes.
Classmate ko from UP. Nakasama ko rin yan sa GMA. Nag-production din yan bago nagpayaman sa Sydney, Australia.
Sige, bisitahin natin siya sa Australia. Oo.
Ay, naku, ang ganda ng bahay niyan doon, Jannelle. Bisitahin. Doon na tayo tumira. Huwag na mag-hotel, ha? Sana matapos sa itong pandemya na to, no? So yan, no? Ang daming mga, pasensya na sa mga hindi namin nabasa, no? Talagang, ayan. Sabi ni Corchus Gonzaga, kapag nag-cover po kayo ng laro, 1% nakatutok sa laro, 99% nakatutok sa naglalaro. Hindi ko po masasagot kasi ang mga nagko-cover ko, mga lalaki ang naglalaro. Ay, kahit paano, yung subject mo, tutok ka, kahit ano pa yan, di ba? Nakatutok ka lagi, ikaw naman, no?
1%.
Ayan, so Jun, huwag ka magtampo, Jun, ha? Binasa ko naman. Ayan, sabi ni Jun, mukhang hindi mo binasa greetings ko, pero oh.
Ayan.
Jun, i-shoutout natin, Jel, i-shoutout natin si Jun, sabay tayo. Good evening, Jun!
Evening, June!
Pero,
Magtampo!
ano yan? Magaling na singer yan, Jannelle. Si June.
O sige, papaturo ako.
Oo, paturo tayo dyan. Okay, yan na. Okay na ba? Ayan, sorry sa mga hindi nabasa. Bawi ako sa inyo bukas, no? Until next time. Jannelle, again, thank you so much. Good luck dyan, no? Keep on making us proud, Jannelle. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Oscar. And hello, salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanood.
Yes. Okay, guys. Wag po kayo mawala, no? Bukas, tutok tayo ulit. Oo na. Bukas, ha? Stay home, stay safe, and God bless.
Oo na, with Oscar Oida.
Magandang gabi mga kausap. Oras naman para sa Oo Na.
Magandang gabi sa lahat ng mga nanonood ng ONA.
Title pa lang ng show, nakaka-good vibes.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be here, sir.
Isang oras na kwelang kwentuhan at kaalaman.
Finally here.
Huwag niyo na po masyadong intindihin ang mga nawala dahil ang mga
Wala. Napaka-oo lang, chumamba lang.
Usapang anything under the mood.
MG Marfori.
Wow! Mas gwapo ka, bro.
Konbanwa! Ayos ka ba, Marie? Ayos?
Ayos.
Ay, okay.
Live pala yung pag-uusap. Or meron ba tayo nun?
Ano ang sagot namin dyan?
Ano?
Di ba mas maganda si MJ?
Siyempre! Ako, batukan ako dito. Pero may baon ka ba sa aming joke or kanta?
Oo, may mga baon ako sa'yo.
Hindi ako nag-prepare.
Surprise!
Say naughty night and kiss me. Kahit anong aking gawin.
No, you look great
Gabi-gabi
until now.
sa kanyang FB page.
Ang pag-ibig ko'y laging sa'yo. I can feel it.
Heto na siya, mga kausap.
Thank you so much for watching on the show. We love you guys. Why don't you tell me where it hurts now, baby?
Oo na, with Oscar Oida.